Younger generations often get a bad rep for their office etiquette. We have developed quite a name for ourselves, especially when it comes to communication and social skills. Older generations see us as entitled, impatient, or even disrespectful. And technically, they do have a point if we take into things like cancel culture or ghosting.
Doesn't cancel culture have a statute of limitations?
I mean, take a look at what Simon Sinek, who is basically the workplace guru, has to say about us.
So they're very intimidated by confrontation. They're ill-equipped to deal with stress. There's an emotional immaturity, emotional unprofessionalism, right? And it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It just is.
Yeah, not too good. Now, before you start to think this is not that big of a deal, trust me, it is. Office etiquette not only shapes workplace cultures, but it also impacts our career growth, which in turn affects our value and our income. Whether you're stepping into your first job or you've been working for a while, office etiquette can either make or break your career. My name is Hannah Jennerine, and as a young professional and as someone who has worked in different workplace cultures, I can confirm that etiquette does matter because perception is reality, especially when you are in the office. You see, people are always watching. There are eyes and ears everywhere. And in this video, we're going to decode office etiquette for young professionals by talking about the 5 rookie mistakes that are killing your career. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on for more content. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So, first things first, what exactly is office etiquette? Well, I would describe it as this unwritten code of conduct that governs how you interact with others in the workplace. Essentially, when we talk about office etiquette, we're really talking about how you fit into the culture of the office, how you connect with your coworkers, your supervisors, and how you present yourself in a way that makes people want to work with you. And when I say fitting in, I'm not talking about people pleasing. I'm talking about learning how to read the room, adapt, and understand what makes your workplace function. I would say the biggest component of office etiquette consists of communication, boundaries, and respect, not only for others, but also yourself. And here's where the 5 rookie mistakes come in, because this is what could be, killing your career. Rookie mistake number 1 is undermining your professionalism. This has a lot to do with your mannerisms, your attitude, and your attire. The way that you respond to people, your reactions to certain situations, the way you carry yourself in meetings, and your ability to have crucial conversations show others what your value is in the workplace. Slouching in meetings, avoiding eye contact, or even fidgeting during conversations can indicate nervousness or disinterest, even if that's not your intention. And consistently showing up late to meetings, even by just 5 minutes, sends a clear message to your colleagues and your supervisors. People may start to see you as someone who has poor time management, who is unreliable, and who doesn't value or respect their time. As a result, this can not only limit your opportunities, but also areas for growth. In the office, you will find people who are disengaged, complaining all the time about the very thing that they are getting paid to do. And even though it may seem innocent, what it does is undermine and damage their reputation. I mean, think about it. If you are constantly listening to someone say,
Is it Friday already?
and then during the week they always have this nonchalant and tired attitude, and then they take forever to get things done, they've shown that they are not the person to lead a major project or even bring ideas to the table. Just by dragging their feet, they've sent a clear message to everyone around that they are just going through the motions. And this is why your attitude matters more than you might realize, because it can be the defining factor in how others perceive your commitment and your capability. It's not just about the skills you bring to the table. It's about how you carry yourself and interact with others that can set you apart from the crowd. Your attire says a lot about you, even before you open your mouth. Appearance is everything because once again, it tells a story about the way you perceive yourself and how you want others to perceive you. Now, I'm not saying you need to dress for the runway or even a Broadway show. Every company's culture is different, which means that dress codes vary. Something that has helped me when it comes to my dress code and my attire is to dress like I have something to accomplish. The truth is, you don't know what can happen in the office. You could be pulled into an impromptu meeting with the CEO. The news crew could come in, trying to interview you. A client could request a career-changing meeting. And all I'm saying is, I want to leave with a lasting impression. Rookie mistake number 2 is engaging in office gossip.
I don't know, she's so weird.
I think we've all been guilty of this at some point or another, whether you are the one spilling the tea or if someone else is. Now, initially, when a conversation turns left towards gossip, it doesn't seem to be that big of a deal. However, it can backfire pretty quickly. Remember when I said that people are always watching? Yeah, well, they're also always talking, which means that anything you say can and will be held against you. Even if you all agree that what is said between you stays between you, who's to say the person you're gossiping with won't go back and tell the other person what you're saying? It may not be now, but what if conflict arises and your relationship with them starts to dwindle? They remembered what you said and can most definitely use that to isolate you from the team. Now, if the other person is the one trying to gossip with you, even if it seems innocent, like they're just blowing off some steam, they're also gauging how you respond. Your reaction can set the tone for how they view you moving forward. If you engage with gossip, you risk being seen as someone who's open to drama. But if you steer the conversation back to something positive or professional, you establish yourself as someone who is not a gossiping queen, for lack of better words, and as someone who values integrity and respect. Remember, people are taking mental notes, so make sure you're sending the message you want others to remember. Not to mention, since this person is so comfortable talking to you about someone else, who's to say that they don't talk about you with others? That's just some food for thought. Rookie mistake number 3 is being overly familiar too soon. Being friendly is great. You should be kind. But what I've observed is that rushing into overly personal interactions too soon can backfire. What do I mean by this? If you're meeting someone at work for the first time and next week you're inviting them to your house, making plans outside of work, or even introducing them to your kids, it makes it harder to keep things professional. Now that there is this personal element in that relationship. And just to give an example, I remember at one of my previous jobs, there was a new girl that joined the team, and one of my coworkers, trying to be nice and friendly, invited her to hang out by her pool within the first week. The new girl ended up saying yes, and within a month, they were practically inseparable. They were hanging outside of work almost every week. However, when a big project came up, the coworker responsible for ensuring that it was completed, she started to run into problems. She needed someone reliable to help her wrap things up with the project, but instead of focusing on who the best job was for that project, her friendship with the new girl clouded her judgment because the new girl said, well, I'm your friend, let me help you. So she pulled her friend into the project even though she was relatively new. Needless to say, things did not go as planned. It created a lot of tension and a lot of conflict. They started arguing, and suddenly all of the secrets they swore they would never tell about each other started to unravel. It caused this big scene that put their reputation on the line, where even the ED, the executive director, was questioning both of their characters and their competence. And no one else on the team wanted to work with them, especially because of what happened. Now, I'm not saying that you can't spend time with your coworker outside of work, because oftentimes that's when the best friendships happen, but this is just a reminder that blending work with personal relationships too quickly can complicate things, especially when tough decisions need to be made. Rookie mistake number 4 is talking without action. This happens a lot, especially when you're starting a new job. This is a period where you are full of energy. It's exciting to see all that you're going to accomplish and all that you want to do. And what ends up happening is that you tell everyone all the things you're going to do, all the things that need to be changed, and how and basically what you're going to do to change it. Now, this is good in the sense that you are enthusiastic about getting started, but what's important here is that if you don't walk your talk, it can damage your credibility and the way that you're perceived. Your colleagues and supervisors respect those who deliver results, not just those who speak up in meetings. If you are consistently failing to follow through on your commitments, it undermines your reliability and it can affect your future opportunities. So if you say that you can do something and that you will do it, don't procrastinate. Be sure to deliver it. And finally, rookie mistake number 5 is failing to take initiative. What is going to set you apart and allow you to shine in the office is your ability to notice where there is a need and to take initiative. This can be as little as setting up a meeting with your boss to share your plan on improving a process, or even offering a new idea with your team and then implementing it. Your work will speak for you. So show up when you say you will and be consistent in delivering. Remember, when people see that you are willing to take action, that you are about your business, not only are you building your reputation, but you are also increasing your value in the workplace, which then opens the door for you to learn, grow, and advance in your career. So with this all being said, what are your thoughts on office etiquette? And what do you think we can do to prevent these 5 mistakes from happening? And also, if you think there's anything else that should be on here that I didn't mention, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you with another video very soon.